Hello YouTube, welcome back to Final Fantasy IX and Excalibur II Perfect walkthrough series. This is following along with a Thomas's guide over at GameFaqs, and I have posted a link to that in the video description as per usual. So we're going to start off by entering the sinkhole that we parked next to at the end of the last episode, D3-06a, and we're going to put high speed mode on because there's a lot of dialogue to get through at the start here. And we're going to break this section down into mini sections as per usual, with save points in between. So this bit's always a little bit strange, isn't it? Because you walk to a sinkhole and then bang, you're suddenly captured for no apparent reason. But once you've got control of Zidane, just head south here. The Black Mages will give us a portal and bring us to our good friend, the one and only Kujar. And interestingly then, Kujar is going to be sending us on a mission. And we're going to have to choose some party members. I guess Kujar has to work within the confines of the game's mechanical limitations. So we'll tell him that we want Amaranth, Steiner and Aiko. And you're best off, according to a Thomas's guide, to put Amaranth in the top slot. And they will be brought to us. Okay, so we get control of Zidane at this point, and I recommend putting no encounters on. The guide says you can have one encounter, but it's not a must by any stretch of the imagination, so you're better off just turning it off, really. And then run on to the Hildegarde, and it's going to take us to our next location, which is on the Forgotten Continent. So we have not yet visited here. But more dialogue first, so a little bit more button mashing. And we're going to be doing a chocograph in a minute as well. But we're going to land, and we're actually facing south at this point. So we're just going to turn the map around, or turn the orientation that we're facing around, and head north. And the reason we're going to do that is some Choco tracks here, which we're going to be summoning Choco in a moment. But that's going to bring us to the end of the first session, so we'll go ahead and save first of all. Okay, so beginning section 2 then. I will disable random enemy encounters, just in case we come across any. Even though we are going to be using Choco for the bulk of this. We're not actually on the tracks there, apparently. You have to be quite precise with that sometimes. There we go, it's better. Wasted about 10 seconds. If I wasn't so far ahead of schedule, I'd probably reload at that point. But I am, so I'm not going to worry about it. Right, so we're going to head south now, because we are going to do another chocograph at this point. And the one we're going to do is, if I can find it here, Dusk Plains. That's the one. So let's just speed things up and head south. And we're going to go right south here. And I believe it's about here. So if we just go over here and up here into this little crevice. There it is. We get the Dusk Plains Chocograph. 12 Phoenix down, 14 Orc Kaiser Knuckles, and an Iron Man card. I'll spoil you lot. Right then, so now we're just going to head back north a little bit. And maybe not quite north. Looking for Oilvert, whatever the heck it's called. Which is around here. There it is. Okay, we'll head inside. Welcome to Oilvert, however it is you pronounce this place. It's one of those Final Fantasy words that I've got no idea what it's about. First thing we're going to do then at the entrance here is speak to the Moogle and use the Mog Shop. We're going to purchase a Diamond Sword, 2 Tridents, 2 Mithril Claws, a Magic Racket, 2 Fairy Flutes, no, not that, Diamond Gloves, yeah, 2 of you, and 7 green barrets, and a gold helm. That'll leave you with about 123,000 gil, so long as you're left with the right amount after Clara. And what I'm going to do, Trino even, is do the Mognet and accept the letter here from Mimosa. And then we're going to save, and that brings us to the end of the second mini session. Okay, so the next session now is mini session, if you like, is also nice and easy. We're just going to head up the steps here. And we'll get another cutscene, so I'm just going to speed things up a touch. And it looks like the entrance is open for us. As Zidane says, what an honour to be here. We're going to start by heading up the steps here. We'll grab these chests in a moment. And there's an orb, a blue orb. We're going to go ahead and put our hands on that. Turns it red. And then there's a chest behind we can pick up for an elixir. And then we're going to head back out and grab those 2 chests in this area that we just missed. So a rising sun in that one, and then just a remedy down here. And then we're going to make our way over through the exit on the right hand side of this room. And look at that, we've got some Moogles waiting for us. But before we mess around with those, we're just going to sort our party out. So Amaranth should be in the top row, as I mentioned. I don't know why I wasn't in the top row. But also put him in the front row as well. And we're going to equip our party as follows. Kaiser Knuckles for Amaranth, along with a green beret, a bone wrist, a adamant vest, and a power belt. We're going to be unequipping these promised rings at last. And then we're going to move on to Zidane. He's just going to want the mithril dagger, another green beret, thief gloves, which we got from the auction house, chain plate, and a reflect ring. There we go. And then Steiner, I don't have the coral sword because I was stupid enough to forget to purchase it from the weapon shop in Trino in the last episode. But I did put a note on that on the description, so you should give him the coral sword, diamond gloves, and then the coral ring. As far as Aiko goes, we're just going to give her an air racket and remove everything else that she might be wearing. And we'll just sort abilities out quickly. MP attack for Amaranth, along with Bird Killer. Ability up, where is it? There it is, and the power. So the clear-headed. Right then, so for Zidane, he's going to want Master Thief. Yes, he's going to be stealing. Ability up. Fortunately, we have Bandit from the Thief Gloves. And also clear-headed as well, if I didn't mention that. For Steiner, ability up and clear-headed as well. And we don't need to worry about Aiko. Right, so with that done, we're going to speak to Stiltskin here, purchase his latest deal. High Potion, Emerald and Elixir. He's very happy with that. And then we're going to do Mognet at Moorul and give him the letter from Mimosa. We get a coupon up for that one, and we can save, and that brings us to the end of our third mini session for today. Right then, mini session 3 now, and we're going to start by leaving this area the way we came in, and heading over through the door on the left hand side of the room. So there's a few chests, and we are going to loot them all, but we're going to do it in a specific order so that we can save some time. Grab the diamond sword first. And then head up here and we'll get this hologram. And at this point we're just going to speed things up since we do have a little bit of dialogue. And then we're going to head down here and into this room. So from here we're just going to activate these lights, which are actually all their own holograms. And we're going to do so in this order, starting at the top. We're going to go for the left one first, followed by the one on the right. You just have to stand in front of them to get the exclamation to pop up so that you can actually interact with them. And then here we're going to go ahead and open the chest. And then we're going to head down. There's another chest to grab before we do the next 2. So we'll do this one on the right at the bottom floor now. And then the final and 4th one here. Okay, so that's it for this room. Now we're going to just head over to this side and grab the chest that we missed when we first came into here, which is a shield armour. And before we do anything else, we're just going to equip that onto Steiner. And then we're going to head up here and go through the yellow door. Right, we're going to walkway. And in the next section, there's going to be a strange orb thing. So we can interact with it for another scene. So I'll just speed up again. Just mash through this. Okay, now we're going to head back to the previous area. And this time go through the blue door. And we get another nice scene. Okay, so we're going to make our way now back to the room with the Moogles in and with Stiltskin in. And there's one more scene we need to do, and then we're going to finish up with this next mini session. So if you want to take another break, it'll be a good opportunity to do so after this. Once you're in this room, just head over to the middle of the bottom part of the floor. Or screen, you know what I mean. And that'll trigger this scene. And I can go and save. Stiltskin's gone now because we bought his deal. And there we have it, the next mini session complete.